What's going on, folks? I wanted to give you guys an update on the cows and explain our process out here, mob grazing in paddocks. So you can see this hot wire that runs all the way down there, and the cows are all the way down there. Now if you look, you can kind of see this grass looks lighter, this grass looks darker. That's because this was a paddock and I ran them through that. They ate off of it. And this dark line and light line right here, that's where this hot fence was. It was right here. So I just pulled it down. You can still see the line. I'm taking it down right now and letting them in on this paddock right here. And this hot wire will keep them in there. I'll show you some other paddocks. Maybe it'll make a little more sense. So here's a paddock. We got that rain and it really just was hard on the soil. But you can see the green over there. So this was a paddock. There was two different paddocks in here that they grazed on. That actually was a paddock over there at one point in time, but I didn't have them take as much off. We didn't get all that rain. The rain was really kind of hard on the soil, but and then that was a paddock over there. Just to explain the purpose of the paddocks. Number one, it gives the cows fresh grass every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Try to set this up here so it doesn't move as much. It gives them fresh forage every day, and it's better for the soil if you put them in a tight paddock. So this right here, this is now open. You know, they can get back over to this old stuff if they wanted to, but they're not going to. They're going to mess around with this fresh stuff right here, this fresh grass. I really should have taken the video down there. But they're going to mess around with this fresh grass. They're not going to mess around with this old stuff. It's got pee, it's got manure in it, it's old, they've taken what they've wanted from it, and now they're going to press onto some new stuff like this. And the purpose of these paddocks is, one, you give them fresh feed every day, and two, you know, this field, we're transitioning it into an organic farm. So I plan on next year planting an organic cash crop. So with mob grazing them in these tight little strips like this, that means you'll get a lot of manure and a lot of pee in these tight areas, and you'll get it into the soil, you know, they call it hoof action. Basically they trample over it and pushes it into the soil. Let's see, is there any over here? Of course I don't see any right now, but that's the purpose. That's one of the purposes of it, is you start fertilizing your soil really well. So that's another reason why I'm doing it. One, they get fresh forage. Two, it's better for the soil. And then they also talk about when your grass gets laid over like this. See how this isn't standing straight up, it's laid down. That helps produce organic matter. When you get a cover over this dirt like this, see, this is bare dirt. That's not good. That's not what you want. You want covered dirt, and that's when the microbials, the organic matter, the bacteria really start thriving. And you know, this ground has been conventionally farmed for decades, so this is my first year of really trying to restore it and bring it back. I wish I could find a good spot, but it's just everything's really bare. But anyways, so those are two of the main purposes of mob grazing. Also, another good benefit of mob grazing like this, putting them on fresh forage, is from what I've heard, when you start getting down to the roots, like down in here, like 3-4 inches from the dirt, I guess parasites kind of hang out there, and your cattle can pick up parasites. I don't know if this is true or not. This is just what I've heard. But if they're eating the tops of this, you know, this is 3 foot off the ground. They eat the first half of it, they're not picking up parasites. So, you know, we get to stay away from, or we all are staying away from vaccinating. So that's it. Just an update. I'm sorry, I really should have taken this video down there with the cows, but looking back, I don't know. When I was down there looking this way, I was having a hard time differentiating the difference between the two paddocks. So I really wanted to get a clear view of the two different paddocks. So that's what we're doing, guys. If you guys are interested in mob grazing at all, there's a guy by the name of Greg Judy out of Missouri who is just phenomenal. His paddocks are amazing. He moves twice a day, and he's just super knowledgeable. So if any of you guys are interested in getting into mob grazing with your cattle, look up Greg Judy. He's based out of Missouri, on YouTube, and he is amazing. So God bless you guys. Talk to you later.